Hi, I'm Don Bodan from SampleLibraryReview.com. Today we're going to be checking out Prism Retro Pop by AVA Music Group. AVA Music Group has set their time machine back to the 80s, except they've punched it up a bit. They've recorded these vintage drum samples through analog gear and used the latest cutting-edge production techniques to get a perfect balance between organic vintage sounds and heavy modern drums. The library runs in the free contact player instrument and is NKS compatible. There's 30 plus drum snapshots, and it normally sells for 99 euros. But there's a special intro price right now, 79 euros during the intro promotion. Plus, there's this bonus files that you get when you purchase Prism Retro Pop. Includes drum samples, loops, stems, MIDI grooves. We'll be taking a look at that as well because I feel like that's a whole other package that just adds to the value of this thing. First thing I'm going to do is just play through a ton of presets, and the bonus pack comes with a ton of MIDI grooves. You can see in this MIDI groove pack there's 52 different MIDI grooves. I've loaded up a number of them here with every preset that the instrument comes with, and we'll just play these. I'll highlight the preset that it's playing at the time that it starts. So let's get this 80s party started. Before we dive in to look at the instrument anymore, I just want to take a minute to show you the bonus file structure real quick. There's a collection of organic samples, and this includes all those kicks as they were recorded, all the toms, all the snares, claps, snaps, hats, and cymbals. And then there's a separate folder. They're called the digital versions, and these are the processed versions that are in here. So tons of wave files there as well. There's also the radio ready tracks, and we'll be pulling from some of these here in a minute as we try to mock up a little demo track using Prism, as well as some of these stems and additional samples. All right, I've got the Prism interface up here, and it's a fun little interface. The way it basically moves, wherever the triangle is touching, those are the samples it's loading. So we've got 10 main kits we can work with. We heard a lot of these presets that are available for the put-on menu before, but what we're going to try to do is just take a little look at the instrument as we can control the kick here with some factors. We got volume, of course. We've got transient mastered. And then we got the EQ, which give us more of a sub sound. Really take the low end off, make it more snappy, and a verb. Now you don't have any control over what that verb is. Same goes with the snare. And then claps our hi-hats. They get their own separate set of volume, transient, EQ, and reverb as well. All right, for the next thing I'd like to kind of do is just play around with the instrument a little bit. There's all of these bonus files that come with it. So let's utilize some of these. Let's just randomly grab ourselves a MIDI groove here, see what instrument might sound good with it. That's a little more aggressive than I wanted. I want something a little bit more kind of synthwave, spacey. Just a standard kind of beat. Let's see what this one is. A little too reggaeton. Yeah, that's kind of good, don't you think? The way they've divided up the bonus files here, they've got these radio ready, and they're not quite construction kits. You can listen to the demo tracks to get a feel for each of them. This one's got some cool stuff in it. There's let's get some of the melodic content out here. Okay, so I got the loop and the beat going together now. Let's pan this guy over a little. And that beat right there is a little bit off. It may be that they meant for it to be a grace note or anticipatory in some way. I'm not really sure, but it's not what I want it to do. So I'm just going to extend it, do a little crossfade. Yeah, that's sounding pretty good. Now let's go ahead and copy what we've got there for our first 8. And then we'll grab another loop from that same construction kit. I think this one has a similar chord progression. Yeah. But it also has that same anticipatory, but I don't want that. I want mine on the beat there, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. Pull him over and crossfade him. Let's hear what we got there now. Okay, and that's cool. I think that second time through, I don't want the same fill though. So let me just remove whatever the programming was for the drums here. Give myself a measure, and we'll try a new fill. Very simple fill, but different and effective. Tighten it up a tiny bit with quantization. We're going to add one more layer. We're just going to kind of keep building this story up. Go to this synth violin. Yeah, and that's nice. I just think the only thing is maybe the hi-hat could get a little more active to give us a little bit more energy. I'm not sure. Let's try something here. Give myself a bar before I program something in. Very good. Okay, now we're starting to get some instruments together. I want to hear if my preset here for the drums that I'm using for retro pop is the best mix for these guys. I'm really liking this number 2, or I'm sorry, number 3 slot. It's got lots of bite. Yeah. Yeah, that's starting to come together. I'm going to copy that same pattern with the hi-hats. We'll copy these guys again. And then something I think I'd like to do is bring in a new instrument. I've got the Arturia Suite, the V collection, and I really like some of these ARPs that they have. And I feel like something with a lot of movement could be fun. Okay, let's see what something like that movement does for us. Yeah, I'm starting to feel that one on its own. And of course you can retune these, get a little bit of a different sound. Yeah, that's giving it a little more dimension, a little more darkness to it too. It starts to give us a little bit of that Atticus Trent kind of feel that they add to a lot of their scores. Alright, starting to just play a little bit with Prism and adding another instrument here with some of these bonus loops and this ARP 2600 from Arturia. I think there's a lot of potential with this. This seems, at surface view, like some kicks and snares in a contact instrument. It's got some pretty creative transient and EQ that you can add to it, of course. But I think what really has the value for me listening to this now and using it in context is just the quality. There's not a dud kick, snare, clap, or hi-hat in the collection, and they all sound radio ready. Final thoughts here for Prism Retro Pop. Definitely takes a very contemporary, modern sound design on these 80s style sounds, makes them very upfront, lots of bite, lots of beautiful stereo spread and punch in these collections of kicks, snares, claps, and hi-hats. The ability to transform them, you could MIDI CC these, you can change it from a sub clicky to a clickier kick, or same kind of thing with your snares and claps. I think that'll open up possibilities for those who want to program within the instrument. The bonus files is like a whole nother set of it's like its own instrument almost, and those will be a lot of fun, I think, inspiring for many. And the wave files included in all those, both the processed and the digital, both the organic ones and the digital, really make this so much more than just a contact instrument. It's got a collection of waves that you can use in just about everything. For anybody looking to do synth pop or that 80s sound with a new spin on it, that's a pretty cool tool. I'm really impressed. Those are just my thoughts. I'd love to hear yours. Please comment below. Tell me what you think about the instrument. Something that you'd be able to use in your songs or scores? Always eager to find out what you're thinking. Your comments help guide the channel. If you're not already, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Head back around for our weekly Deal Compressor show on Fridays.